right, traders. All right, so very interesting market. I'm gonna put the trader curves down. All right, so very interesting market we're observing here. Tough, interesting and tough. So let's first of all, before I start breaking down my trades, I wrote down a few points I want to cover. Really important educational material. I learned from myself, and you know, I'm one of those people. I have to burn myself multiple times before I learn something. I'm pretty sure many of you kind of in the same boat. You have to do this mistake 1, 2, 3 times, 4 times, and then you're like, enough is enough, right? So, and that's what I've been doing. You know, I've been battling this kind of like last 3 days have been really hard. Let's look at the SPY. Really hard. This day, and today, really hard. The opening is tough. The very tricky opening. Now it seems like we're setting up for another leg down. Look at this. Taking nice elevator down. Let's see if we're gonna have a massive washout today. This is nothing yet. We down only 0.6%. This is nothing, right? But this is a nice confirmation of a level of 130, 484 rejection. Look at this. They're shorting this level, playing against this. Anyway, I'm done for the day trading. Almost at 2 daily goals. It's great. So on this day, I was trying to play the same thing. My breakouts, breakdowns got dropped. On this day, I tried to do the same, get dropped. This morning, I've been talking about like how it's been really tough last 2 days, and you gotta adapt, right? You still have to do the same thing because you have statistics. It tells you your setups, they work. You have statistics that tells you you have an edge. You have statistics that tells you other factors, right? That gives you confidence. Me, personally, I have confidence based on that. But you still have to tweak a little bit in your approach. What do I mean by tweaking? Adapting in the market, risk size. Maybe the risk worth tweaking because it's a tough market. Maybe the amount of positions you have at a certain time. Maybe waiting for extra confirmation. Maybe having wider stops. So if the last 2 days I would have wider stops, I would never get stopped out and they would work. In most cases they would work. Like today, even in the morning, I'll show you some trades. Wider stops, they would work. Some adaptations like that. The approach is the same. The setups coming from the daily ideas. They just don't work. So, and on today, what, Thursday? On Tuesday, I had a red day, but then recovery. On Wednesday, I had a red day in the morning, then recovery again, putting myself in a green day. Today, I started red again. And another thing, like I mentioned, enough is enough. I promised myself do that adaptation, take less of a position, but I'm still having that trigger point. Like, oh, I see this is my setup, and I'm taking it. And I took again too many setups in the morning, and then just get squeezed, right? I'll show you some ideas. So you have to take it really seriously, this adaptation. It's something I want to work for this markets. And keep in mind, something like many of you don't know, the market mechanics. You have distribution model, you have accumulation model, right? In a bull market, the bear market is different. So in a bull market, for the price to continue to go higher in a good manner, what they do, they gap down the price or open in the same area or maybe a little bit up, but they doing red to green moves, right? In a bull market, red to green when it's the price go down, find some support, and then going green, breaks out and goes higher. Let's go red to green. In a bear market type of right now, we have the opposite. We have green to reds. So we can have a gap down, but then have a green to red, or we can open at the same price and have green to red, or we can even slightly move the opposite positions and have a green to red. So it's an opposite way, and you gotta be open-minded. That's another thing. Don't have a bias particularly one way or another. Just be flexible, guys. Anyway, let me jump in some trades I took today. Real quick, SPY 0.6% down, Qs no bueno. Look at this, coming to this support right now, kind of bouncing here a little bit. IVM, small caps, it started selling before everyone else. Look at that, the beautiful dump here. All right, so my watch list today worked out well, and I'll go for that too. So trades. All right, so trades. I'll start from the top of the list. ABNB. What happened there? So on ABNB, I tried to play long. That was kind of one of those situations when we had red to green, and I'm like, are we really today? Is this a day when we back on a trend, on uptrend, and this is a D-buy area? You know what I mean? Because every single name on my swing ideas turn into green, like it's a D-buy area. Like for example, Peloton, look at this, going above this area, that's a D-buy. Etsy was going above this area. Roku, I'm like, come on, we cannot, doesn't look like a really good D-buy. I don't wanna, but I had so much FOMO, like, man, come on, man, we really going into this right now, and I'm gonna miss the D-buying opportunity, right? Some of them look okay, like, and I took this ABNB for kind of day trade, possible swing day trade, and I really didn't like this. Look at it, the volume is not even coming in, and I get out, just a little bit of profit there. APPS, so I had two trades on this actually. So the first one, I was talking about getting in on a breakdown too soon. The 5-minute setup looked gorgeous here. You get a 5-minute candle, then rejection, and then shorting right at the bottom for the breakdown. That's perfect. Stop high of the day, always like that. Squeeze. If I would put higher, stop. Think about it. Fine, you want to participate in a short right now here, but put a wider stop. Where would you put your stop? This is my micro pivot point from the prior day we had it. Plus, it also confirms with some sort of intraday level bounce here. So around 63.25. So give it a room, 63.5. Put your stop, enter here. You would be still in a play for 1 hour right now at this target. So later in the day, I took a short for the breakdown. That's when everything literally looked like the bounces here so tiny, guys. I took a short, partial, and just get out here. Billy, nice pop in the morning, and then I took short for the breakdown on this key level. Very nice setup here on Billy. So yeah, you see we have this little bit of bounces going on, kind of a area, and start crawling back on 1 minute especially. The bounce was a shell. We came back below the key level and then shorted and then got out of the play. You could wait it a little bit longer to 108.62s, but which is a moving average here, but I decided to wait on that. All right, DKNG, oh my God. So this was like exactly what I'm talking about. Great short setup. Why? Because daily breakdown. And I was expecting, remember what I said, don't expect anything. We open-minded for anything. And I expected a huge washout this morning. Just like we need this sometimes, right? Just dump on the market. And we didn't get it. We got the model, the usual model, the gradual bearish model when we have a green to red. You got here red to green and then green to red, right? So, well, I got a short here. I got a crazy short, stopped out, then it reclaimed back down this level. I went short for the breakdown, watch out, and then get stopped out again. Unbelievable. So very tricky. So Neo was really good. I lost money on Neo, but I made money too on Neo. As you can see, I took a first short for the breakdown on this level, this pivot point, literally shorting for the breakdown. Remember what I said, in this market, breakouts, breakdowns are really tricky. You gotta short the pop, you gotta short the pop. And that's why I shorted the pop here. I waited for the pop, this is the stop, shorted the pop, get out, get out, get out, get out. So it went a little lower, but that's fine. Now we're doing the reversal. It's totally fine. I caught majority of the move. Think about it. So I had a loss here and I got a recovery. So I got 2-hour play pretty much with my partials. Twitter ended up being amazing. Daily setup. This setup called fake breakout by 1 bar. What do I mean by that? So we have a key level established on this bar. On this bar is confirmed. It's confirming on this leg, right? So the level is right here. The level is right here, 70.88. I had a plan on Twitter today. Let's see if it's gonna pop higher. Look at this, how interesting. So other names run. This one didn't pop because how it positioned on the daily chart. It's overextended to the upside. The other ones, like the one I just showed you, for example, I got squeezed on the DKNG, right? It was already extended to the downside. Twitter extended to the upside. So that's why here you need a pop. You don't get exactly like this. And another reason why DKNG doing this pop, because yesterday it closed at the low of the day, which is a positive for continuation, but it literally closed like in a direction like that, right? What do I mean? So if we had a movement down in the morning towards like 11 a.m. here, and then the rest of the day we consolidating on the low, that's what creates that build-up stops, right? And it's easier to find an area where you can put your stop and risk against that. In the morning, as you can see, we didn't know where we're getting. Are we squeezing this? Yes, we squeezed this, people, and came back to this area and just rejected. All right, anyway, Twitter ended up being amazing. Could get way more on Twitter. So I'll show you in 1 minute how beautiful it played out. So this is one of my setups, trend continuation to the downside. You know, after rejection, it's attempting, making a false attempt to, you know, continue the uptrend, whatever. And then breaking down on this reversal candle, short, then shorted, added. My initial stop was right here. Then I added the stop right there and partial obsessively, you know, just hitting like pretty good 5-hour play on this stock, which I'm usually aiming for 2 to 3 hours. All right, so the next play was Unity Software, morning play, short setup. Look at this, pop and then rejection, daily setup again, break it down, continuation. It did work. It did work later. Look at this. You gotta short the pop. Understand that. Short the pop right now. This is the setup on some of these extended names. That's how market mechanics work. Well, I tried to play breakdown, and as you can see, it didn't work. But then we got a reversal, clean intraday level right here, 98.77. When we tried to attempt it, we could not. Look how clean my entry was. Very clean. So where did I put my stop? If I would put my stop right there, yeah, that would be amazing. Amazing trade for like 5-6 hours, whatever. I still put my stop higher at this pivot point because this is confirmed pivot point. This is not confirmed yet. You know how they say it confirmed when the move is over, right? So you always kind of anticipate a little bit. So the next trade, UPST. What happened here? Look at this. I played long UPST because everything was kind of clearing the levels. UPST was a daily breakout of this level right here. So that's why I decided to play it, but then, you know, I was completely right. We don't have a juice to go higher. I got out of the play. And lastly, hotels, win. Is it still going? Nah. You see, I left a little bit on the table on some of these plays, but that's fine. That's totally fine. This is a beautiful daily breakdown. Look at this. We have so much room to run. Hotel and leisure is so weak. On a daily sitting here on double bottom. It did a peekaboo breakdown, but then came back and started to curl back to this level. And I literally shorted here. Stop was higher. Stop was right here. That's why I barely on win. I barely hit 1R. And that's fine sometimes on this place, like, you know, like 0.3R, 0.4R, 0.6R, almost 1R. It's totally fine, you know, all adds up. Don't always think like you gotta do 2 free R's. You gotta make money. That's a point here. And that is my trade recap, guys, for today. What else I want to say? Waiting is very important. Waiting for these setups to play it out. Understand the market mechanics. And here's another tip. If you don't understand what is going on in the market, it is worth to adapt, change your system a little bit. Not the system itself, but your risk management approach. Because it's really tricky. When you don't know, probably many people don't understand too. And we get this market. You get this crazy market. So, and one more thing. I'm really frustrated with this market. Being frustrated is totally normal for a human being, right? But you gotta stay focused. Be frustrated as much as you want, but stay focused. Don't start gambling and getting money back right and left. I was down, you know, $300-400. I think like about $300. But then recovering back, so I had a pretty nice upswing and almost like $1,000. So stay focused and, you know, nail those trades. That's so important. Yeah, and track what is working right now and what is not working for your particular setups, right? If I play breakouts, breakdowns of the morning, that's what I like to do. But they don't work necessarily, right? I'm getting like chopped. We get this crazy price action. So you got to be aware of that and adapt slightly. All right, guys, it's been a long video already. If you have any questions, let me know, and take care. See you later.